Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to FTB Skies. Last episode, we went and did a little bit of fooling around in the Nether and managed to get a blaze burner and a bunch of other little random things going. We started Botania so that we could do mineral trees and, process certain things into certain things. I went ahead and went ahead in between episodes and upgraded our mechanical squeezer, our the little squeezer that we had sitting over there. This dude right here, the regular squeezer, into a mechanical squeezer. Again, very simple, just a bunch more of this kind of stuff, and it runs off of power. And I decided since we're going to mess around with them, we might as well kind of work with the pipes mod as far as working with some of this kind of stuff. So we're going to start using pipes as far as some of the construction or the moving of things as far as fluids, energies, and a bunch of stuff, so we can kind of talk about this very quickly. Pipes mod, as far as the energy ones, they're kind of reasonably expensive, but yet still cheap on the amount. Pipes mod is reasonably decent as far as cost is concerned. You get a reasonable amount of energy pipe for certain things like that, as well as if we do it's on this again. It's not terribly expensive for fluid pipes. The item pipes, which we don't really need right now. I always do this the wrong way, and I should do it the other way. They're droppers, so again, a little bit more redstone, lots of iron and things. They do need their own wrench, which is a pretty simple, easy thing to use. It's just some flint and some sticks, and of course, that's how we're going to do a little bit of stuff. They're somewhat modifiable. If I recall correctly, there is the ability to add a little bit of things into them as far as like modules and some brains and some stuff like that. So I just kind of set this up so that we could, at least finish up the rest of the mineral and get all of the resin or whatever this stuff is called. This stuff right here, the crystallized mineral, done. So all of the wood that we got, that's probably more than I'll ever need to use in the entire playthrough of this entire thing. However, these blocks are kind of neat. You can kind of do a few things with them. They're, somewhat pretty as far as things go. So went ahead and set those up, got a couple other things done, and this again here is probably some of the thing about how we're going to do some stuff. So as far as nether rack, we're going to have to start worrying about nether rack here fairly soon, because we're going to need to crush nether rack. Where is where is it? It's in here. Where is it? You can see it. Crush nether rack. Crushed netherrack. This stuff right here is what we're going to need in order to be able to get some of the things from the nether, like netherite and the saplings and some more of the forest gem stuff, forest craft things, elemental craft, whatever this is. So we're going to have to make a fair amount of this eventually. And again, I'm being the lazy person. I'm not going to use the pedestals, lazy. But what we can do is we can take magma blocks and turn them into netherrack using a mechanical drying basin. The interesting thing about the magma blocks is they're made with lava. So you just take 2 of those, you hook them in sequence, and you make all of the netherrack that you want out of lava. So I doubt very seriously by the end of the episode we're going to get to where I want to be able to making lava from, but we're going to have a little bit of fun. Given the fact that we went after blaze burners. There's a reason, again, why I've been going after blaze burners this whole time. And we now have enough that we can kind of make a reasonable amount of power. These little guys, again, if you just throw a little bit of, burnable at them, I think I can even use these, right? Yeah, okay, so they'll just do that, and then they'll heat up whatever's above them. So that's how we can make brass. That's how we can do a couple other things. They'll also, use that button, they'll also be able to produce infinite power from create if you kind of work around a couple of things and start integrating some other mods. And integrating other mods is going to be some of the stuff that we're going to play with. So I got a box full of stuff. We need to kind of go ahead and, dump a bunch of this stuff. We do have some brass. I just wanted to make sure that we had it shown that we had it. I made a bunch. We're not going to use it today, but we are going to do a couple of things. And a couple of things is today first, I want to get our first steam engines built, and I'm going to make 8 of them to the beginning. Now, I've already crafted the fluid tanks that we're going to use for our steam boiler, mainly because they're a royal pain in the butt. You've got to make it's a 1-for-1 on barrels. Barrels aren't impossible to make, but they are kind of annoying because of the fact they use slabs. So yeah, it's a little bit of annoyance. We got those done. Okay, and moving on, what we're going to need after that is we're going to need some form of a way to get water into our fluid tanks, and, that's kind of where we're going to go start with these little pipe thingies that we're going. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the usual, and I forgot to craft up the terracotta bricks for this, so let me get onto this. We're going to use a sink because a sink is an infinite source of water. So let's see, I need what? One, two, three, four, 5 of those. All right, let me cook those up. We'll get that built, and then we can kind of fiddle with it a little bit, maybe test it, do a couple of other things. I guess I should have put it over there on that thing because there's an automatic furnace over there, but whatever. All right, 5 terracotta and a sink. Sink is something that we're gonna make use of a sink because, you know, why not, right? It's an infinite source of water forever. And granted, what we're going to be playing with, we can make infinite sources of water regardless. I'm just going to use this out of the ease of being able to do a couple of things. So let's see. Let's just do a really quick test here. I want to see how this is going. Well, I know how this is going to work. I was just going to show you guys. We're going to build these up off the ground just a little bit. We'll do something about like this, and you notice we have a kind of a tank. What's really cool is if I go like that, it'll automatically add the next layer of tank. So if we take those out and we place our blaze burners underneath of them, this is a test. It's not how small we're going to be making this. We should be able to run, I think, 2 of these on this level of side of a thing. And I should say something about this too. I made a neat little storage bag here because I kind of screwed up and lost my other backpack. So they're just crates from Cyclic, which these crates are really nice and they're really big, so you end up with a nice big kind of a thing to store stuff in. So I need you. Also made one of those advanced crafting sticks because why not? You know, it's kind of just keeping things going. You know, I really like your sticks and all, but please, I don't want them. Let's have a kelp roll. And then we're going to do something like that. Okay. And then I should be able to do something like this. And there we go. There's your 2 engines forming a crankshaft, doing this stuff, and they'll be able to kind of show you other directions. The other thing I love now that I have the goggles from last time is the fact that I can now see some of the other functionality of this mod. So again, we have to put water in it, so I'm just going to hang that right there with a fluid pipe kind of right there and a pipe wrench to do something like this. So that should start pumping water into there. This may or may not be usable at the rate at which it's going to work, but there, given just ambient temperature, we should be able to make this turn. All right, cool. Well, if I want it to turn faster and I don't want to waste the fuel, let's do this really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just give our friends some food. And there we go. And if we look up there, we now have a level 2 boiler running at 32,000 stress units via 2 engines. Now, I think if I wanted to, I can actually add, 4 to this, or we can go taller. We're going to make a bigger one, and we're going to do all that kind of stuff. Even, like I said, even sitting there in ambient temperature, like I can, I believe, go get some of these campfires wherever they are that I probably have a few laying around. We could just stick a couple of these down here, and I don't really want them, so we can just go ahead and get rid of them. Here, go ahead and do this. There you go. Nice, and boop, 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 boop. And then that'll just run like that, naturally, forever, and do whatever, and that's it. So it's not amazing on ambient temperature, which means we're going to have to produce power to keep these things going, or at least we're going to have to feed these guys constantly in order to be able to get what we want. So let me do this, and do this, and do this, and do that, and I want you, and you. And we're going to move this upstairs and get it built to the size that I want to get it built. So let me go do that real quick. Okay, so kind of got it set up, and it's going to sit here and run passively for a little while, and we're going to build it up in the air because we're going to be utilizing a function on some of these guys. But let's just give them a little bit of food and see what they do as far as how good this particular setup is going to work. So there we go. They're going to run like that for a little bit, and we're going to have a level 9 boiler. Heat could be a little better, obviously, if you look at the size water heat numbers. The green line in the middle means we're running at optimal capacity, at least for this. We could make it a little better, but look at that number. Look at that, almost 150,000 stress units just with this one little setup. And it's such a satisfying little thing to watch work. It's just so cool. So we have water pipes, we have fluid pipes, or water pipes. We have fluid pipes underneath of the blaze burners. We're going to be utilizing a fluid to keep these guys working, and we need to work on the next step for that. For now, what we're going to be using as far as fluids is concerned is I'm going to be using lava. But we're going to do something, hopefully, if we have enough time today. I've already kind of figured out that some of this is going to take a little longer than I want it to, but as we kind of work, we need to kind of move things, and we'll see what happens. Anyhow, we need to go ahead and make a machine that is going to allow us to be able to automate those guys into a fluid. So the next machine I want to make is going to be a rolling mill, which again is not too terribly hard to make. I thought I had one of those things already built, but I guess not. Let's just do this and this. And this is another thing we're probably going to have to automate eventually too, but we'll see how this goes. Need one of those. I need a rolling mill, which is going to be over here. Thank you. And we need, well, oddly enough, we need some of this stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll just say 11 since we have that many blaze burners. And the blaze burners, I think this is a different portion of the mod. So let me see. All of this is on. Go ahead, shut this off for right now just to make sure that it doesn't cause us a problem. And I'm going to place you right there, and you're going to do that. All right, we need a hopper so that we can feed these in here, and then we can go like this. What I want to make is a straw. So we'll have this make a few straws. So straw here, this, if you put it or add it to a blaze burner, it will allow them to consume fuels. And, well, you know, consuming fuels is going to be something that we're going to be able to use to make sure that things run pretty much forever. And I'm using this right now so you can see this. There's an important thing that's going to be coming with a blaze burner, especially is things like biofuel, bioethanol, or refined fuel. Adds the superheated function to a blaze burner. We can burn lava. You can just straight up burn lava or light oil or creosote oil. I mean, any of these other kinds of things. But what I want to do in the eventuality is we're going to set up a process that's going to make one of these biofuels, because we can make some of those biofuels doing other, well, with other means. So give me that. There. We've got our straws. What we can do now then is we can take this, since we have a decent amount of lava, and we can automate the production of power through lava for now. So if I go back in here, now that they're sitting here, we're going to be tearing this down almost immediately, probably as soon as this episode is over. Here's your straw, buddy. I like your hat. It's cool. Oh, that's great. I love it. Okay, they get their straw, then we put one of those back. We do this, and as you notice now, they're all connected up and happy to be able to do something kind of like this. Nice. So then they'll sit there and slowly consume the lava and burn and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to say, well, you're using up all of your lava now, Frogman. You've got a problem. You're going to have to deal with this fairly soon. You are absolutely 100% correct on that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the next step, which is what I just showed you. The use on this, again, we need to be able to process, and we should be able to get most of this done fairly soon. Biofuel. Biofuel is a simple, easy way to do something. What's really fun about biofuel is technically, we can do it infinitely given the kind of stuff that we've already got. We just need to make a bioreactor from Industrial Forgoing. Well, in order to do that, we need to make plastic. In order to do that, we need to make dry rubber. We need to make tiny dry rubber, which means we need to make a latex processing unit, which also means we need to get into this mess again. So let's get started on that little part. If we have enough time, we'll automate the production of lava with Create in a second. So I really wish you would just eat that instead of waiting. Anyhow, let's get some machines going. So we need a fluid extractor. We actually need 4 of these. So I need some more redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe. Well, do 6 because I think we're going to need 6 of these things. If we're lucky, we'll get there today. One of these. There go all of those, and then a fluid extractor. We need 4 of these. And probably some more redstone, knowing me. I don't have any pistons laying around. And so fluid extractor for these. Go, and some of this. Go, and those go. We're also going to want a block placer, which is going to be a dropper. I need some more redstone. Just so that we can kind of automate this early. So we need one of those. And some of this, which I don't think we have at all, and do the little bit of copper, get the rest of that going. Cool. There we go. Block placer. Nice. Then I'm going to go ahead and steal you, and you, because we don't really need those right now, and I want to make sure I have a decent amount of fuel. And we're going to set up something very quick, very simple right here. Did I bring some tree with me? No, bring your tree. Okay, so we're going to dig a hole. We're going to place a block placer down. If I can get it to place exactly facing up, perfect, nice. Then we're going to place the fluid extractors looking towards the thing because that's the way they place. Fluid extractors will take their sweet time and chew up a log and work, kind of just get the stuff out of it. So let's say always on, so that'll automatically replace it. They'll basically just sit there and kind of chew up that log until there's nothing left of it. Now I want to do something kind of like so, and then we're going to build that into a tank of some semblance that I can interact with. These seem to be a little odd about not allowing you to be able to interact with them, and I also want to go ahead and power this for just a little bit to make this process go a little bit faster because they're a little slow. And yes, we need to probably use the other pipes. I'll get to that point eventually. I just don't really feel like doing it right now. You can go right there. And there's an all-in-one that takes all of the pipes together, but you got to make all of them to make it work. So we'll just throw that in there, and you guys can go to work. And you guys should be getting a little bit of power. Nice. So then again, just click, 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 and click, and then we make a tank. I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's just go ahead and use, like I said, we make a tank, and I think we're just going to do one of these, given the fact that I have the ability to extract out of it regardless of whether it lets me or not. I do need to get into mechanism. We do need to make a few things. So we'll just do one of those for right now just to be able to store this because I need to be able to interact with this. And I think that'll work. Yes? Cool. All right. Give me a bucket of latex. Amazing. Next step, let's go ahead and get the processing unit going. Power exchanger, where did I put this stuff? Processing unit needs a bucket of water, more redstone, and all of that good stuff. Bucket of water, redstone block, click, and what else? A furnace. Where is the thing? That's to there. How are we out of cobblestone? Must have already used it all. Did you give me a stack of cobblestone or did you hit the side of the thing? Thank you. All right, fluid extractor, not fluid extractor. All right, latex processing unit needs a furnace. We go there, and then we do this. That should get us a latex processing unit. Give me my buckets back. And this is going to require a little bit of manual work, probably. So we'll put that right there, and then I'm going to do this with this. And then you should fill up with latex. And that's cool. That's exactly what we're going to need you to do. I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'm going to go upstairs and steal something real quick because we're not really needing it right now. Yeah, they've already chewed through all that lava. Lovely. Give me you. Thank you. All right, and I'm going to put you... We'll put it right here for now. Down and or dirty. Go. And that will process the latex as it comes in and give us the tiny dry rubber, of which we're going to need 18 of. So I will be back once we get 18 of these. Might just go ahead and make one of these off camera too so we can have the extra water. But I'll see you guys in a second. Alrighty, that's more than plenty. We'll grab that much and run over here and do a little bit of this. That's one of those things that I love because it opens up quite a bit of usable technology for us. Go ahead and cook those guys down so we can make the next stuff. I'll put you back in here. That's fine. Once you get this kind of going, it's one of those deals. As soon as you get this running, you can start to use stuff from Industrial Forgoing. So Industrial Forgoing rubber, let me see, latex, plastic is what we're looking for. Plastic, this stuff. Once you get to that point, you can start looking at block breakers and simple block type dab, all the machines, enchantment sorters, enchantment applicators, fluid sieving machines, and fluid collectors. And this is not what I'm looking for. Mob slaughter factory, there we go. Plant gatherer, all those kinds of fun things. Laser drills. we can get into a lot of stuff now because a lot of these are just going to be pity machine frames, which are not that hard to craft early on. So you get to do quite a bit of stuff. It's that get into it, get it going, get a bunch of it made, like make just a whole pile of this stuff and then forget it exists after a while because you'll never really need it again. But yeah, that's getting that going is something I've been wanting to get done for quite a bit. So do we have those done? We do. All right. The fun thing that we're going to fiddle with, like we were just saying a minute ago, is a bioreactor, which is going to be this guy right here. Simple, easy. It's just a diamond gear, and I think that's the only thing we're missing. Nice. All right, cool. Now this is going to require power, which means we're going to have to do some goofing around with it. And I mean, this is all we've got for power right now. We're going to have essentially my plan is here very, very soon is that we're going to go probably in the next episode, play around with a way of being able to completely automate this from Create. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to produce all of our RF power using Create, but there are a cool few things that we can do. So the first thing I want to do is shut this off. Bioreactor basically works on an efficiency capability. Stop running and wasting my power, you. It runs on an efficiency capability kind of thing. It's going to need, actually, let's put you over here. Since there's already one of those right there, you need water anyway. So we need water, and then we need, stop running, thank you. We need water, and we need up to 9 ingredients to put in this stuff. Well, this is the fun part. If you click on this button, any kind of anything that looks to be that it might more or less have some kind of stuff that would be considered biomatter. So seeds, mushrooms, skulls, saplings, fruit, most of your vegetables, or dyes. Dyes. Now, this is a fun thing, and this is the fun part that we're going to do. We're going to automate it using dyes. And I know that sounds a little odd, but that's what we're going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a few carrots and a few of those and a few of these and a few of this. That's going to be 3 things right off the bat that we're going to be able to use. I probably actually could go ahead and get rid of this and this and this as well. But what we can do also is we can grab some dye and we can grab that dye, and I think we'll try that one. That should be white, right? Yeah, cool. Those won't do anything. I think those will work. We're going to find out. And then we put all of that in here. Okay, so those aren't going to work. That's fine. That's all I needed to know with that. We can do 3 more. 1 second. Oh, seeds. Seeds. Let's get rid of some seeds. Sure. One of those, and one of those, and one of those. Those should all work. We'll see about those. So we'll just throw in some seeds as well. But there we go. We've got max efficiency, 100%. All of this stuff is going to run through and produce biofuel for us. The interesting thing is, like I said, is the dyes. The dyes. The dyes are something that we can make pretty simply, pretty easily, and forever for the most part. And once we get a point where everything is nice and full, it won't matter. But go ahead and make me stuff, please. And, okay, let's grab us a tank, or another tank. Like, we need another stinking tank. I need some more redstone. Get me some more tanks. This should be the last thing we're going to need to do today to kind of somewhat auto-magic that. So, it's going to take a little bit of me messing around, and like I said, I might just go ahead in between episodes and fix or finish the project of what I want to do, but I need another tank. We'll just use another mechanism tank because they're pretty simple, easy. I have 9 fluid pipes left. We should be good to go on that. And if I just say you put that down, and then I think we're going to have to do something like this. Okay, there we go. Now we're pulling the biofuel out of this right here, and we're going to let this run a little bit. Now, the thing about this is, again, use on biofuel, or for that matter, let's just look at the use on the straw. Can I have my control? Thank you. Use on the straw means 1 full bucket of ethanol or bioethanol, biofuel will burn for 21 minutes in a blaze burner, which is a really long time. It's going to take, that didn't take very long at all as far as that goes. So we'll fill this up, and then I'm going to take it upstairs, plug it in, and then what we're going to have to do is figure out a way to be able to make this completely automatable using Create and, well, some other of the companion mods for Create. But I'm going to fill that thing up and then take it upstairs, because the next thing I want to do is rip all of this out and start putting it up there. But anyhow, let's get this done. Yep, I just wasted a whole bunch of lava, and I don't care, because we're going to make all kinds of lava here in just a few minutes, maybe. Well, maybe not today. We'll probably work on that next time. But you, and, well, I guess that's everybody, and we'll replace this tank with this one. We were at 140,000, or almost 150,000 stress units. Now we're at 250,000. And the only thing I'm short on that's a level 15. I think probably I could go another layer higher probably and get it to a level 16 and make even more power, which we'll probably work on in the next episode. But again, that little bitty amount of biofuel that we put into this is going to burn for a really, 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 really long time. And all of that is automatable with what we currently have. So I think that's going to be a good place to go. I'm going to spend some time ripping this ugly mess down and cutting some trees down and finishing this platform, but this is going to be our power generation system from now on for Create. And if we need to make more of them, we will. I think for right now, though, that's probably more than plenty as far as power goes. So again, I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. We're going to have a little bit more fun, I think. We're going to finally start being able to, yes, I love your stick. What did it say this time? I tried to quit tree school, but they said I couldn't leave. On that note, I'm just going to say have a good one. Bye, guys.